question that I have for you is I'm going deep now into customer research, right? And
Love it.
read buyer personas, all in on that. I remember there was a moment when I was early on in cyber stalking you where I was listening to like early podcasts with G, and you guys were talking about this like fact, opinion, feeling kind of matrix for
Mm.
conversations. And I've heard you try to prompt other people on frameworks for these conversations. Is there any other frameworks for getting good qualitative feedback from a client when you're in that conversation, or ways to get at those conversations that you haven't said in a while that you've learned recently that you'd like to share? Doing buyer research, right? From client, from person that didn't
Hmm.
buy, from person that, is thinking about it, that type of thing, right? Just from doing the qualitative research of my
Hmm.
persona.
From Refine Labs.
We are at
This
Demand
is
Gen Live. Great to
Demand
have you
Gen.
here on Tuesday. Marketing is pure offense.
So you have in your career 8 to 10 attempts to do something legendary.
We have all up here this thing called Dark Social.
It's episode 83.
This is the best, most interesting content on marketing I've heard in more than a decade.
It's challenging for me to answer this question with like a step 1, 2, 3 type of thing. What the unlock for me was, and it's super hard to explain, and some people have gotten there and some people haven't, is that you got to cross over the bridge where you separate from the outcome. So I'm just interested in what people have to say. I don't care whether they're like, can't stand your company. I don't like you. I don't like your product. I love your product. I want to do this, even though you want to do that. The key thing is that no matter what data you get, it's the data. And when you can get the mindset and separate from the outcome, you create a much higher level of curiosity, instead of like when someone's asking something, instead of trying to kind of like defend, which is traps that I've fallen into before when I was younger, earlier in my career, where people would say something, instead of trying to dig into why or how and understand how I can use that information to adjust my strategy, I would try and defend my point of view, which is definitely not the point of the research, right? I feel like, and the fact, opinion, feeling one works well, whether it's customer research or across the board in any type of conversation. It's just a way to ease someone into telling you deeper details without going from zero to how does that make you feel type of thing. I've been hovering around what most marketers miss in customer research, and what most marketers miss is why. You don't get why in attribution. You don't get why listening to gong calls. You don't get why doing all the things that marketers do as proxies and shortcuts and substitutes for doing real customer research. So you don't get the whys and the hows and certain things that are happening that are the real reason and the real unlock to driving strategy decisions. You just get the what. In anything, in customer research, in understanding how like a buying process happens, I'm looking for the underlying mechanics, right? If there's a car, I'm looking to understand the engine and the gears and the exhaust pipe and how they all work together. Most people are just looking at what the paint color is.